Hey everyone, this is Mike, and before I start today's video, I want to wish every one of you a Merry Christmas, and if you're celebrating something else or nothing at all, then I hope you all have a wonderful day nevertheless. So originally, I planned to do Ninja today, because I know some people have been waiting on that one, but I feel like I need a little bit more time with the job before I can make the video on it. So while I will be busy today, I'll try to get in some playtime when I can, and then maybe have that video ready by tomorrow. But today we're doing Machinist instead. Now, if you like Shadowbringers Machinist, then you'll like Endwalker Machinist as well, as not much has changed. We've got a new AoE attack, which not only looks and sounds cooler, but it also generates more heat, so that means more hypercharges for us, which is never a bad thing. I've always thought the Machinist AoE is more interesting than most jobs, because we have a fair amount of AoE skills. We have our shotgun now for when we don't have anything, then the crossbow when we have hypercharge up, bioblaster and flamethrower, and then we also have our new level 90 skill chainsaw, so yeah, it's quite nice. We've also got a second charge on reassemble, which at first I was kind of disregarding this, as you would use it on cooldown anyways, but because of the odd 50-second cooldown, it means that you'll always have to wait a little bit with using it, as all of your big skills that you want to use reassemble on are 20, 40 or 60 seconds with our new chainsaw. So in a long drawn out fight, this change could allow for an extra usage, and then when there is downtime, there's also a smaller chance of you losing a usage, so it's a lot better than I gave it credit for. Our Automaton Queen was also given a new skill, but this isn't something that we will be interacting with really. You're still going to be pressing your Summon Queen button and then she'll do her thing just like she did before. She's just going to look a little bit cooler than she did before. As with all ranged jobs, Tactician was given a cooldown reduction, which is great because the ranged mitigation has always been quite good. Apparently one of the new normal mode raid bosses also has a physical rate-wide attack, and with most rate-wide mitigation being magic mitigation, it means that ranged mitigation becomes a little bit better. But that is of course something that I've heard. I'm not 100% sure if that is actually the case, but if it is the case, then ranged mitigation will be a great tool to mitigate that, and that's all the mitigation I'm gonna say in today's video. And then of course, last but not least, we have Chainsaw, our level 90 skill. This is another global cooldown that has its own cooldown, and this one does damage in a line in front of you and also generates 20 battery gauge. So it's kind of like the AoE version of Air Anchor, although they do not share a cooldown. So this is another skill that adds to the playstyle of Machinist that I've grown to love in Shadowbringers. I was a big fan of the Stormblood Machinist playstyle, and with Shadowbringers they completely overhauled that playstyle, but the new Machinist still felt really good to play, and it's the resource management and the priority system that I enjoyed most about it, and Chainsaw adds another skill to this resource management that I like so much about our new Machinist. It's also the prime skill to use reassemble on, because it's on a 1-minute cooldown, meaning that it will line up with raid buffs. Although all three of your skills do have the same potency, so if you're in a dungeon or in a party where there aren't really any raid buffs around, then you can just use reassemble on any of the three skills and you'll still get full value out of it. The fact that Chainsaw also generates battery gauge means that we can now also summon our queen during the opener and also more frequently after that, so it's all good in my book. Overall, Machinist didn't really change all too much, but the changes that did happen were all welcome additions, and unless the other two ranged really impress me, then I think that Machinist will once again be my go-to ranged, as it has always been since I started playing the game back in Heavensward. And I think with that I've said just about everything that I wanted to say about Machinist, so I want to thank you for watching, I want to thank my Patreons for their support, and I'll see you in the next one.